Hello everyone and welcome back to Fear Factor, the show where we rank your favourite horror movies and games on a fear scale to determine how effectively they scare us. I'm your host Luke and today we're going over the recall of the Scream franchise, Scream, created by Radio Silence. This movie copies the familiar format of the original by following a group of high school students in the town of Woodsboro, who become the primary targets of Ghostface. The name of the movie is a nod to other horror recalls such as Halloween and Candyman, which also use the same name as their original movies. But can the modern recall top the original's fear factor? Let's find out. The opening scene with Tara Carpenter, played by Jenna Ortega, is a modern twist on the original's opening. We see Ghostface terrorizing Tara just like he did to Casey, with some horror movie trivia. This time asking questions on the Stab movies. But Tara, being the uneducated horror fan that she is, resorts to cheating by looking up the answers on her phone, which she still manages to get wrong because cheaters never win. Ghostface then tries to get in the house by hacking the house's locks, because the writers wanted to show just how far technology has come since the original movie. Ghostface eventually makes his way inside and kicks off the film with an incredible attack by stabbing Tara through the hand, stabbing her in the stomach and back, and breaking her ankle, which she survives because the police were outside. The soundtrack for Scream 5 is phenomenal, which was composed by Brian Taylor this time. This moment from the opening scene where Ghostface gets up to finish off Tara with SpongeBob's alarm clock playing in the background is mwah. And the iconic song, Red Right Hand, featured playing in the car while Vince is doing his business, was a clever way of incorporating that song. Scream 5 continues the trend of Ghostface jump scaring the audience by appearing in places when you are least expecting it. A few memorable ones are when he appears behind Tara in the opening scene, jumping out from behind the bush to stab Officer Judy, and behind Wes, which the scene beforehand played with the audience's expectations by having the music build up whenever Wes opened a door, which made us think Ghostface would show up whenever he closed it. Scream 5 gets creative with the gore with a few unique kills. When Wes gets stabbed in the neck by Ghostface, you see a gruesome side-on view of the knife going through his neck as blood spills out of his mouth. A simple yet memorable kill. Another more sad kill, which is one of the bravest things this film done, was killing off the beloved Dewey. He gets killed by getting stabbed with 2 knives in the stomach and back, which was then dragged up, causing blood to spill out onto the floor, revealing none other than his ex-wife Gail calling him. At least he got to see the face of the woman he loved the moment before he died. The performances in Scream 5 were really good, and the filmmakers did a good job in making the new cast likeable. Jenna Ortega's performance in the opening scene was extremely convincing and was impressive acting for an actress of her age. Roger L. Jackson, the voice of Ghostface, did an incredible job in this movie and in my opinion was his best performance up until this point. We also got to see the original cast return to reprise their roles. While Sidney and Gail didn't have an integral role in this movie, it was nice to see Dewey get some more screen time by supporting the new cast, which made this movie seem almost like a passing of the torch to the new cast, which I felt was done pretty well. The reveal of the killer's identity was done in a similar fashion to the original, with Amber shooting Liv, similar to how Billy shot Randy. And then of course, the other killer being the main antagonist's boyfriend, Richie. Even the whole kitchen scene was identical. After all, it was in the same house. But the killing of the 2 Ghostfaces were the best in the series yet, with Amber getting burnt alive and Richie getting stabbed in the mouth, then stabbed in the chest 21 times, finishing off with a slit to the throat. Sam doesn't mess around, like father like daughter. So, on our fear scale of 10, where does Scream 5 rank? Scream 5 stuck to the familiarity of the original, but fell flat in a few places. I don't know what it is, but there's an underlining tone to the original that the requel was lacking. Whilst the kills in this movie were solid and the performances were great, the original felt a lot darker than this one, so for that reason I'm giving Scream 5 a 3 on our fear scale. That's 1 less than the original, but still better than Scream 3. Let us know if you agree with our ranking in the comments below. If not, where would you rank this movie on the fear scale? Thanks for watching this episode of Fear Factor. Be sure to tune in next time as we review and critique more horror movies and games to determine just how scared they make us. And remember, if you see a flickering light, it's probably just an electrical fault. Or is it?